Hello everyone, welcome back. Good to see you. During an episode of the Breakpoint podcast, I admit I don't even know what the Breakpoint podcast is, but Princeton professor Robert George on the podcast suggested why many local officials and lawmakers fail on religious liberty. He said they essentially see religion as a hobby, like watching football, collecting stamps, or going sailing. He pointed out that these things are, of course, non-essential. Is religion a hobby to many? Yeah, I think it is. Actually, I've always thought people regarded religion as a diet plan. Some people prefer the Atkins diet, others prefer paleo, some people think the Mediterranean diet works best for them. There are dozens of diet plans, and every other year someone makes a killing by offering a new way to mix fruits, vegetables, and exercise. When an individual sours on their chosen diet plan, because it is too difficult, they latch on to the next hot new plan, purchase a slew of new books and videos, and then give that a shot for a while. They continue to hop around until they find one that best suits their lifestyle or produces the gains that they wish to achieve. There's a lot of religion hopping going on also. I'm not talking about jumping from a Baptist to a Methodist or Methodist to an evangelical. Those are all within the Christian faith. I'm talking about jumping from Christianity to Buddhism or Judaism to Scientology. When Ivanka Trump married Jared Kushner, she converted to Judaism, which many women appear to do when they marry Jewish men. Here are her thoughts on her conversion. It's been such a great life decision for me. I am very modern, but I'm also a very traditional person, and I think that's an interesting juxtaposition in how I was raised as well. I really find that with Judaism, it creates an amazing blueprint for family connectivity. I don't have any issues with our Jewish brethren, but she says nothing to the effect of whether Judaism is true or false. It just works for her. In reality, we know she likely converted just to appease her husband, but since she's such an alpha female, she probably didn't want to admit she succumbed to the will of another man, even if it was the man she loved. Jane Fonda was once married to billionaire and die-hard atheist Ted Turner, converted to Christianity in 2001 after separating from Ted. Wonderful. You are welcome here, Jane. Fonda refers to a Christian faith as her spiritual home. I think it's partly that I live in Georgia. It's partly that it's my culture. I wasn't attracted to Buddhism, although I really respect it. I wasn't attracted to Islam, although I really respect it. Or Judaism. I'm attracted to Jesus. I like that she added she was attracted to Jesus. But is Christianity true? Many converts, C.S. Lewis perhaps being the most notable, didn't find Christianity attractive at all, but they couldn't deny the truth of it. Orlando Bloom converted to Buddhism, saying, "The philosophy that I've embraced isn't about sitting under a tree and studying my navel. It's about studying what is going on in my daily life and using that as fuel to go and live a bigger life." Buddhism is like a diet plan, but it's a blueprint for not how you should eat, but how you should live. Does it work? Maybe. I concede that. But is it true? Isla Fisher, and I'm sure I mispronounced her first name, like Ivanka Trump, converted to Judaism after marrying her husband, Sacha Baron Cohen. I never saw it as a losing or gaining situation, just an embracing situation. I think if one wanted to be buried next to one's beloved and they were Jewish, then one would have to be Jewish too. She converted because she loved her husband and figured, well, if I want to be buried next to him one day, then I suppose I must need to convert to Judaism. Julia Roberts said, "Ever since I developed my liking and fondness for Hinduism, I've been attracted and deeply fascinated by many facets of the multi-dimensional Hinduism. Spirituality in it transcends many barriers of mere religion." Again, there's that word attracted. It looks good. It feels good. That's what I'm going with. Snoop Dogg has converted religions several times. At one point in his life, he was Baptist, Mormon, member of the Nation of Islam, and Rastafari. At least that's what I read. Snoop, if that isn't totally accurate, comment below. After supermodel Carly Gloss became engaged to Joshua Kushner, the brother of Jared Kushner, she also converted to Judaism. And so, like with Isla Fisher, forgive the pronunciation, and Ivanka Trump. We have a third individual, a woman, converting to Judaism for the sake of their husband or for the sake of the love in the relationship. And then there's Kabbalah, a mystical religion trending in the early aughts and adopted by such celebrities as Madonna, Britney Spears, Demi Moore, Lindsay Lohan, and Paris Hilton. A Kabbalah practitioner could always be identified by the red string they wore on their wrist, which was supposedly suggested to ward off the evil eye. You can still buy one for a mere $26. Here's how one practitioner described joining the movement. I studied a number of different religions, spiritualities, searching for something. And then one day I saw a CD set called Power of Kabbalah. That's all it took for me, was that one series. I haven't looked back since. This man was raised a Southern Baptist, but because he couldn't find what he was looking for in Christianity, he adopted Kabbalah, which he says has created spiritual and financial miracles for him. Side note, most if not all the celebrities I mentioned have since abandoned Kabbalah. People are signing up for religion as a way of life, and I'm sure this happens too with people who convert to Christianity from another religion. Something about Christianity attracted them. Many people are looking for a path through or around their problems. But does freedom from your problems make your religion true? If you're an alcoholic and you convert to Islam and you stop drinking as a result of your faith in Islam, does your abstinence from alcohol prove that Allah is real? If converting to Judaism saves your marriage, does this prove that Jesus is not the Messiah? Likewise, if going to church and fellowshipping with other Christians helps you kick your addiction to pornography, does this guarantee that Christ was resurrected? I personally believe that God powers people through their pain and suffering. But Muslims, Buddhists, Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, Scientologists, all believe the same thing when their faith and their religion helps them solve their personal issues. Even non-believers are freed from their chains when they find passions in cleaner pursuits, whether it be rock climbing, sailing, stamp collecting, or even YouTubing. So if we compare religions to diets, and all of them are in some way effective, do we engage with the one that works best for us, or do we engage with the one that is true, even if it is difficult? Look, I'm a Christian not because of what I get out of Christianity. I'm a Christian because Jesus truly did live, died on the cross, was buried, and rose on the third day. We have evidence for this. No credible historian or scholar denies the crucifixion of Jesus, and the majority of them concede that the tomb was empty. If Christianity is true, then every other religion, including atheism, is false. And if they are all wrong, you don't leave Christianity to lose a few more pounds with Hinduism. You don't leave Christianity to put on a few more pounds of muscle with Islam. You don't leave Christianity because Buddha's food tastes better. And I'm sorry to say to some of you, you don't leave Christianity for worldly love. With all this religion hopping, I'm not surprised that our lawmakers don't take our faith seriously. So many have proven that they don't believe in it enough to stick with it. In some officials' eyes, religion probably does appear non-essential. That's why we need to preach the truth and provide evidence, not just anecdotes. Guys, thank you for tuning in. If you like this video, go ahead and share it with a friend, give us a thumbs up, or hit that subscribe button. You know the drill. As always, I love you. My bears love you. Have a blessed week.